Greetings, class. Welcome to another mid-week pick-me-up, week 3. As we move into the center of this course, so the second leg of our community of inquiry, we have the initial teacher's presence, where I showed myself to you, and our writing mentor shared some about herself, and in turn, a lot of you folks, shared some information about you in your first reflection and in your portfolios and elsewhere in the discussions as well. But now we're moving into the social presence, right? That key second leg to our learning community. And this is where there's increased engagement between peers, right? You find commonalities with peers, so the teacher gets to step back a little bit and you get to step forward even further. So you'll find among your peers additional sources of encouragement and assistance. Hopefully, there'll be some increased engagement between peers as we engage in this first peer review of your researching the solution topic. You get to engage with your peers while contributing to some kind of shared meaning and making of content, right? So we don't get there on our own. It's together action where each of you contribute to the learning experience, and opportunities arise where you can explain some interpretations of the material you're encountering as you work through your research. You can share this with your peers. So, in relation to my teaching philosophy, fresh, eloquent, professional, this second leg of the community of inquiry is eloquence. So let's just take a look at this week's assignment. I'll get to that in a second. Research things. The solution is all about synthesis, right? Just a note, AI for this assignment is not recommended, but you will be submitting this assignment twice. So once to me, and on your assignment page right here, and then the second time, the same assignment will be submitted for peer reviews, which will be on the next tab, the next page. But both assignments are due tomorrow night by midnight. And it's just the basic research that as you turned in last time, except this time you're researching the solutions. So develop some search terms, begin your research. But then it's all about step 3, right? A 1-paragraph introduction, providing a brief overview of your chosen problem. And I know you've talked about this already, but this is a reiterative process. So you're supposed to be honing your message, your the overview, the summary of your project as you go along, and then 3 paragraphs about possible solutions. Each solution paragraph should discuss a separate solution, so minimum of 3. Identify solutions that are already in place and maybe in your view have failed, or solutions that might help solve the problem, and maybe some of those that would not, right? So it's kind of a broad net that you're throwing here to find some solutions that might work. Once again, you can use more than one source per paragraph if necessary, but this synthesis should include 1 to 2 quotes, and you should discuss the quotes. Don't just drop them in there, but discuss the quotes. Even use a signal phrase according to this author to introduce your quotes. And then, of course, the rest should be in your own words. And then finally, a concluding paragraph in which you discuss the credibility of your sources. So that means the credentials of your authors, as well as the credibility of the publisher, the publication where you found them. And finally, their usefulness for your project. And don't forget this, a reference list for 3 new sources. These are new sources that you will be referencing. Make sure you upload the documents, and then by Sunday night you will complete 2 peer reviews that will be automatically assigned to you once you submit your assignment here, researching the solution. So a minimum of 700 words, again, an informative synthesis, and your peers, right? The social presence, of course, myself and our writing mentor, but it's really the peers who you turn your focus to now. All right, and there's a rubric that you can follow. Introduction briefly summarizes the problem and new research related to potential solutions. All right, so synthesize information from at least 3 news sources and paragraphs. and make sure you document your sources, so in-text citations as well as the reference page. So the AI word of this week is complement, a thing from the Latin to complete, a thing that completes or brings to perfection. So when we think about the 6 stages of critical thinking, you don't get to these upper levels, advanced thinker, master thinker, on your own, right? It takes a team. It takes a community of inquiry, and here's where you find among your peers an additional source of encouragement and assistance. All right, let me just share this quote from Buckminster Fuller, a dead white European male, who said, "Our survival won't depend on political or economic systems. It's going to depend on the courage of the individual to speak the truth, and to speak it lovingly and not destructively. The integrity and the courage of the individual to speak her own truth and not go along with the crowd, yet not making others feel ignorant." Right? So constructive feedback, constructive criticism. After a while, if enough human beings are doing it, Mr. Fuller said, then everybody will start going in the right direction. And this is an excellent metaphor for our AI pilot, our collaboration with AI, right? Because good information that we are feeding it will provide good feedback, good outputs for us, right? So excellent information in will provide excellent information out. Here are some upcoming deadlines. But most importantly, I want you to share what Together Action means to you. All right. This Sunday, in addition to your 2 peer reviews for this Module 4, Researching the Solution, your argument plan, rhetorical considerations, is due. And that's when you unpack some of these solutions that you've engaged in this Researching the Solution assignment. And you start talking about some of their drawbacks to alternative solutions that you're going to ignore, and then your best solution and some justifications for it, and then anticipating counter arguments and your rebuttals to those arguments. And this is where AI comes in especially handy to help you find some strong counter arguments. And then finally, a concluding call to action. I'm also looking forward to your hypothesis or a preliminary thesis, which is step 3 of this assignment. Again, this is due Sunday night. Just trying to get a little bit ahead of the situation here. And what's your plan for an advocacy ad or a PSA? And what component, what will the AI component of this ad or PSA be? So this is just kind of guesswork, right? Projecting, just like your thesis right now is a work in progress. But that's it for week 3. So good luck. Don't forget, compliment. All right. Ciao.